Hello, this is Kevin from Yacht Engineering, and today I want to share a mod I created for the Antminer L3 Plus from Bitmain. Due to the current crypto market situation, I thought it would be a nice time to share the knowledge and my experience I got over the past few years in the modification of mining hardware and power supplies, as well as measurements I took of various supplies. And this is the first video I will be sharing today. If the demand is big enough for such videos, I will not stop making different content about crypto mining hardware, electronics modifications, or technical terms in general. So please feel free to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And if enough people are interested in my videos, I will share a lot more of my modifications and tweaks I created for my hardware. So in front of us we see one of my L3 Pluses. This one only has 2 hash boards, as I repaired these 2 hash boards recently. But this one is running with my efficiency tweak. As you can see, we have 2 hash boards inside. It is running right now, and we are using like 21.4.5 amps at 8.7 watts, which equals to a power draw of around 187 watts. This is for sure on the DC side, so dependent on our power supply we will be around 210 watts on the wall. And as we can see here, we are running the Bliss firmware, and we are making around 185 mega hashes on average. This is now up for 42 minutes, so not too long, but I can assure you this hash rate stays like this for like ever. I've been running this mod for over a year now on different L3 Pluses, so it is stable and does not harm your machine. Actually, it's good for your machine, as the temps are really low and the machines are very quiet. Here we see a few of my current projects for modification and repairs. And today we will be assembling this L3 Plus I got recently, and we will be installing the Bliss firmware on it and making the Undervolt mod and tweaking it to max efficiency. As we can see here, we have a bunch of different hash boards. We have L3 Plus hash board V1.2, we have V1.5, which is actually out of an L3 Plus Plus. We have another V1.5 but from a standard L3 Plus, and another V1.5. So let's start by assembling the miner and flashing the Bliss firmware. Before we assemble the L3 Plus, we need to check the different voltage domains of this miner. So On each hash board we have the voltage input on this side, as you can see here. From this voltage input we come to this buck converter here, which controls the main voltage of the ASICs. Here is the inductance of the buck converter, and here is the output of the buck converter. So we can measure this voltage here. For standard operation, this voltage should be around 10 volts. And for the last voltage domain of the ASICs, these 10 volts are not enough. And this is why here is a boost converter which converts this 10 volts to 14 volts. For our measurements, while we are undervolting, we will connect one wire to the positive side of this capacitor, so we can check the ASIC voltage with a multimeter. Now we are ready to assemble our machine. First we will put the hash boards into our miner frame. We will make sure we know the order of the boards. So the first one I put in here is in V1.5. The second one is the same one, V1.5. The third one is the V1.5 from the L++. And the last board is the V1.2, where we soldered our measuring wire. Okay. Now we can also screw on the fan. Now we are ready to install our control board, but we still need to flash the Bliss firmware on this one. For this I formatted one SD card with FAT32 and put on the zip the files for the Bliss installation. Now we power the control board without any hash boards attached to it. But we connect the fans of the miner. This is just in server PSU, and I will power the Now we wait for about 2 minutes till both of the lights are lit bright. Okay, now the flash is complete. Okay, the miner is booting now, so we can switch it off. Now we can remove the SD card again, and our firmware is flashed. Now we connect the signal cables to each hash port. That's it, we are ready to go.
As you can see now, the miner is started and we can start configuring it. First we go to miner configuration and we type in our pool information and change the fan mode to auto silent. We click on save. Then we go to advanced settings and change our frequency to 273 megahertz. and automatic reboot on high ASIC failures. Later on we will also alter the ASIC voltage and the frequency of each individual chain.
Okay, now we are set up with our miner. I have connected an 900 watt power supply to the miner. This one can deliver 60 amps at up to 15 volts. I have connected all hash boards and the control board, and the voltage wire, measuring wire, I hooked up to this multimeter. As you can see right now, there is no voltage present. Let's switch on the machine and wait for it to boot. Okay, now you can see the buck converter become active, and we have 10.24 volts present. As you can see right now, we are using around 44 amps at 12 volts, are achieving around 360 mega hash. Now we will go here and change the voltage to lowest. As soon as I hit apply, the buck converter will be switched off and on again with a lower voltage of, you can see here, 9.45 or 46 volts. This is the lowest voltage that is possible with a software mod. And this results in around 38 amps at 12 volts usage. And we get around 360 mega hash. We set the frequency to 273 just for the next steps we will do. So now we will further decrease the input voltage of the whole miner, so the buck converter has to output a lower voltage than 9.5 volts. So when we first decrease the voltage, the amperage will go up so the same power can be used, and the buck converter holds the 9.5 volts till we reach a limit of around 10 volts, when the buck converter can no longer supply 9.5 volts and starts to drop. And on this point also the output amperage will drop and the power usage will decrease by a lot. So we go at around 8.7 volts, and as you can see we have a ASIC voltage at around 8.2 volts. And as you can see, mine is still working, and we will check how much hash rate we get now. As you can see, hash rate is not affected, but as you can see here, we already got one hardware error. Now we can start playing by increasing the frequency of each individual board. This is completely a silicon lottery, so I have boards which I can run at 300 megahertz and work just fine, and I'm getting really low hardware errors. I have boards running at 273 which getting a lot of hardware errors. The sweet spot is around 10 hardware errors per hour. So I will do that. Okay, All frequencies are optimized right now. As you can see, the ASIC voltage is around 8.3 volts. The miner is supplied with 8.7172 volts. You can also see on the power supply, these indicators are a little bit off. And the miner consumes about 38.2 amps. As you can see, I'm measuring here. So now we go to the computer to see how much hash rate we are generating and which efficiency we could achieve.
Okay, we are finished now. All measurements are complete. Configuration is finished. As you can see, I have altered all frequencies of the hash boards. These are not quite optimal yet, but I think they are okay to run at. As you can see, I'm running now for 1 hour and 11 minutes. Hashboard 4 is the one with the most hardware errors, which are 36, at a quite low frequency of 254. Board number 2 even got up to 300 megahertz, which and only gets like 17 hardware errors. This is quite good. And chain number 1 and chain number 3 are in a really good configuration with 273 and 248 megahertz. At this configuration we get around 200, on average 350 megahash. It will go up a little bit and go up, but the lower bottom is like 350. So for our calculation we will use that. I prepared a little script so I can show you all the numbers that we gathered today. So we have in a voltage of 8.7 volts, which resulted in a current usage of 38.2 amps. This is a DC power of 332.3 watts, and this is on the DC side. This then we can calculate the power which is drawn from the wall with an APW7. This one has an efficiency of 94% at a usage of around 40 amps, which results at 353 watts at the wall. The hash rate we got is around 350 megahash, which results in an efficiency of 1.01 watts per megahash. In comparison, the stock efficiency of this miner is 1.58 watts per megahash. With the Bliss firmware, you can maximum achieve like 1.283 watts per megahash, and undervolted, with this undervolt mod you can get 1.01 watts. This is down from the original stock efficiency, a power decrease of 36.2% decrease of power usage per megahash. This was just an experimental setup, as you can tell by the lab power supply. So there's no way you can run a miner all the time with a power supply like this, because the efficiency is not good. Because of that, I will make follow-up videos on how to modify your APW3, APW3+, APW3++, and APW7s if you want. And these power supplies also have their quite good efficiency at altered voltages. I also have a mod for these Bitmain power bricks, which can make them really quiet, so the whole miner is not really hearable anymore. What would be really nice for home mining. Okay, I hope you liked my video. If you do so, give a thumbs up and maybe subscribe to my channel, as I will be doing some more videos in the future, and if the demand is high enough, I will keep up my work and I will try to create some videos in the near future. So thank you and bye bye.